Hey family, this is part 2 of how to make sure you're not raising racist children, a guide for white parents. So let's jump into it. What exactly is raised an anti-racist child? What does it look like? Well, it's not a checklist. It's not being woke on social media, right? Posting little memes here and there. It's about who your child becomes when no one is watching, okay? This means your child may lose popularity for standing up when it counts. Your child will question their teacher when the curriculum totally ignores Black history. Or your child will maybe refuse to laugh at racist jokes, even if it's told by their friends. And they will see power dynamics clearly and they will speak on it. They don't, and also your children won't center their own feelings when someone from a marginalized group is harmed. And this behavior, it starts with you, parents. See, there are things that you as a parent, you're just going to have to unlearn. To raise a child who isn't racist, you yourself, my white parents, you got to take some evaluation within yourself and examine how you were raised. And maybe you may have some unconscious or hidden biases or racist thoughts about people. And so we need to unlearn. One of the things you need to unlearn is that being silent is being polite. No, being silent is being complicit and not helping make a change. The second thing you need to unlearn is that comfort is more important than truth. Your comfortability breeds contempt, brings nothing. You can't grow when you're comfortable. Anytime you want to grow in any area of your life, it requires taking steps of faith, which is uncomfortable. Getting up in the morning to work out 3 and 4 and 5 in the morning, that's uncomfortable for most people. But hell, if you do it for 2 months straight, you see a difference, don't you? Another thing you all have to learn is that talking about race is divisive. No, it's actually the opposite. It's divisive when you don't discuss it because you're not able to remove the Band-Aid so that the scab can get air and heal. The scab of racism, the scab, the original sin of slavery, chattel slavery in America. There's one subject that nobody wants to talk about. Talking about something doesn't make it divisive or divisive. Another thing you have to unlearn, white folk, is that intentions are all that matter. What is your motive behind it? Another area that you got to unlearn is that niceness is the same as, that niceness is the same as justice. That is not true. Being nice to someone does not mean that they are being treated just and fair. So let's talk about real life practice scenarios for families. Here are 3 practice scenarios to use with your children, okay? And you can role play these at the dinner table or talk through them while you ride in the car, because God knows riding in the car on trips sometimes, these kids get on your nerves. So we might as well be educating them, right? Okay. Scenario number 1, white folk. Your child hears a peer say, "Why do we have to talk about slavery again? That's in the past." So ask your child, what would you say? How would you help that classmate understand why history still matters today? Scenario number 2. Your child sees a teacher continually calling on white students and ignoring the students of color. Ask your child, what would you do? Would you speak to the teacher? Would you support those classmates? Scenario number 3. Your teen is invited to a party where someone shows up in a costume mocking another culture. Ask your child, do you speak up? Do you leave? What does being an ally look like in real life? And these are just hypotheticals, okay? These are real moments that determine what kind of adult your child may become. And yet, I'm telling you, it may surprise you. Children, like I said before in part 1, children today they're just so, almost to a fault, to be honest with you, where they're just so accepting of everything, you understand? And so you'll be surprised how your children are probably much more progressive and evolved than you think they are. The power of family culture. Your family has a culture whether you know it or not, whether you name it or not. And so what your family's norm, what is it around race? What is your family's norm around differences and justice? Do your children hear honest conversations about privilege? Are you taught that being uncomfortable is okay if it means doing the right thing? Are apologies modeled when someone gets it wrong? Anti-racism is not an extracurricular. It must be a core family value. So you got to ask yourself, what does my family stand for? And does my child know it? And you got to create clarity. Your children, if you never discuss race in your house except if it's on the negative, you're watching news and then Trump comes on and you listen to his rhetoric, and then your child hears you agreeing with some of his racist rhetoric, what do you think they're gleaming from? Trust me, these kids here, listen, I have worked in education. Kids come home, they come to school and they tell y'all business. So we know. A lot of teachers who teach your kids, white folk, they know that your child coming from a home that's either racist, bigoted, homophobic, xenophobic, because they come home come to school speaking the same thing. It starts at home. So from allyship to action. Allyship is just the beginning. Action is what matters. So here's the things your child can. Your child can write to their principal about curricular gaps, right? Because we know there are some. Your child can join or form racial justice groups and clubs. Your child can speak out at lunch tables. Your child can push for diverse hiring at their summer jobs. Your child can donate part of their allowance to justice-based causes. And as a family, you can volunteer with Black-led organizations, attend community dialogues, celebrate Black history year-round, support Black-owned businesses, teach real history, not whitewash comfort. And again, you can't teach what you don't know, folk. So that means you're going to have to put yourself in environments that you may not be used to. It's how you grow. All of these are small acts of daily resistance that shape character and impact systems. I'm telling you now. You don't wake up one day, you're born, and then at the age of 13, you want to fight for social justice. If in your household, all you hear is N-word this and spit that and Jew this. You're raising a racist. And unfortunately, someone who in this climate may find himself hurt physically. So you got to be very careful. So, final reflection. Let's be honest, raising an anti-racist child will not always be easy. It will challenge you, mom and dad. It will require conversations you never had growing up, probably. It will make you examine your silence, your comfort, and your complicity. But here's the truth. White supremacy doesn't need your child to be hateful to survive. It only needs them to be silent, to blend in, to stay comfortable, to stay confused. That stops with you, though, parents. That's why you're listening. That's why you're going to order the workbook. Because you're not just parenting, you're shaping the future. Your children will one day lead classrooms, companies, neighborhoods, families of their own. And what will they carry with them? Let them carry courage. Let them carry clarity, y'all. Let them carry the conviction that doing what's right is always worth it. So if you found this workshop helpful, continue to like, share, and subscribe on my channel. And hey, I invite you again to download my workbook, a parenting workbook. It's a short workbook that you can go through with your family. There was nothing fancy. It's just straight and to the point, right? Just how we like it, because we all busy and don't have time for all the frills and thrills, right? So it's full of real scripts to guide your conversation, journal prompts for family reflection, role play scenarios, a printable family anti-racist pledge, and a 12-month family action tracker. Okay? And listen, again, I'm not getting paid for my workshops. I do it because and so that's why I do these workshops. So if you really want to bless somebody, hey, here's my Venmo, or you can buy me a coffee, okay? And continue to support me. I thank you again. And listen, the world won't change until we change. All right, white folk? Thank you again. Talk to you soon. Be blessed. Bye.